Welcome to your Yoga for Hip Mobility class. My name is Megan, and you will need two blocks or something that resembles blocks for this practice. And to start off, we'll just put them at the top on either side of our mats. As always, do what feels good, don't do what doesn't. Let me know if you have any questions. And we're going to start in a child's pose, Balasana. To go ahead, come to the back of your mat. We're going to go wide child's pose today. So knees wide, big toes together. Sink the hips back and reach the arms forward. Forehead down. As always, to start class, we're going to take a few deep belly breaths. Option to go in through the nose and out through the mouth, or in and out through the nose. On your next inhale, rise up into tabletop. So shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. Find a flat back. Lengthen your spine. Shoulders back. Let's move through some cat-cows to warm up. So drop the belly, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, draw the belly in, round the spine. Inhale through cow pose. And exhale through cat. Take at least 3 more of these at your own pace. Sync your breath with your movements. On your next inhale, find a flat back, neutral spine. And then exhale, begin to take your hips into some circles. So I suggest closing the eyes just to allow yourself time to turn inward and really feel what it's like to exist in the body, to move the body. This one's really more about how it feels rather than how it looks. So don't worry, no one's watching you, no matter how funny or silly it may look. A few times in one direction, and then go ahead and reverse. As always, moving slow. Go until you're nice and even on both sides. And then tuck the toes, sink the hips back for a brief foot stretch. Inhale back up to tabletop. And we're going to take the right leg out to the side, around, and down. So creating a circle with that right knee, starting to explore that right hip joint. A little bit of core work here too, to lift. Maybe a little bit more weight comes into your right hand. The shoulders will try to stay square. Go ahead and reverse the circle. So take the leg back, around, and down. Find your breath if you've lost it. and then release. We'll move over to the other side. Left leg goes out, back, and down. Keep the core tight, the navel in as you move, and try to move slow. I know it might be a little bit more difficult to move slow, but check in, see how this side feels compared to the other. And then reverse your circles. Last one. Release down, tuck the toes, sink the hips back. Let's walk the hands up if it feels okay, just to give the wrist a break for a moment. And then we'll crawl into a downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, lift the knees. To measure your downward facing dog, to see how close your hands and feet should be, come into a high plank and then press back up into this like pyramid shape. Shoulders back, chest to thighs. Take a deep breath. Inhale, gaze forward, and exhale, step your right foot in between your hands, ground your back knee down, and grab those blocks or whatever it is you're using for blocks. We'll bring them to on either side of the front foot. Knee stacks over ankle and hips square forward. Inhale, lift your gaze, shoulders back. Take a few breaths into wherever you feel it. So inner thighs, groin area, breathe there. If this feels good, stay here. Take it a little further. Press into your front foot. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Exhale, hold it here. For a little balance challenge, inhale, gaze up. Exhale, hands down to your blocks. I like to grab the top of my blocks, bring them by my side because we're going to straighten the front leg, send the hips back for half split. So notice here, my back leg, the left leg, the knee, right underneath the hip. Right leg is straight. It can be bent a little bit. If you bend the knee, it's just going to isolate the hamstring more. But make sure to flex the toes back towards your face. Inhale, find length in your spine. And then exhale, try to fold with a flat back. Now notice if your weight is shifting to the left or to the right, center yourself. And take a few deep breaths into the back of that right leg. Okay, when we hold a stretch like this, it's called a static stretch. When we add movement to stretch, it's dynamic. So let's make this a dynamic stretch. By bending the front knee, inhale, come forward, low lunge. Exhale, take it back, half split. Inhale, forward, low lunge. Exhale, back, half split. Let's do this 3 more times at your own pace. And then inhale forward, remove the blocks, place your hand down and step your right leg back. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step your left foot forward, ground your back knee down. Use those blocks on either side of your left foot. Knee over ankle. Take a few breaths into the space you feel it, healing our body through the breath as we move in between these postures. Press into your front foot if you did so on the other side. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Inhale, gaze up, balance, challenge. Exhale, hands down, half split. Straighten the front leg, send the hips back. Flex the foot. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. All right, let's make this dynamic. Inhale, bend the front knee, shift forward, low lunge. Exhale, take it back, half split. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. 2 more. Nice job. All right, remove the blocks, press the hands down, step it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale to exhale. And then inhale, lower the knees. Flip around onto your bum. And we are going to do windshield wipers. So you might want to face sideways, like long ways on your mat. Start in a wide V position. We have different levels to this. So as always, do what feels right, do what feels good for you. Choose, maybe one day it's one, maybe a different day it's another. So whatever works best. Bend your knees, bring your feet flat, and gently rock the knees from side to side. You can do this lying flat on your back, but you'll see where we're going to take it. Your hands are back behind you. If it's too much on your wrist, take spider fingers, come up onto your fingertips. So this is going to be your level 1. Stay here if it feels good. Inhale through center, exhale over to the side. Inhale, center, exhale over. For a little bit more, we can do no hands down. Hands can come to heart. Beware, you might scooch off your mat a little bit. And then for my super advanced people, we'll see if I can get there. You can come up onto the knee and press forward. Now again, only if this feels good. That's going to be our most advanced option. The hands can always come down to the floor as well. Wherever you're at, take a few more. And then when you're ready to move on, send your knees to the left, facing the front of your mat. Find a 90-degree angle with both of your knees. I personally like to bring one hand on either side of the front thigh, lift myself up just to find the center of gravity. Slight flexion to the ankles. Inhale, length and integrity in the spine. And then exhale, fold forward, lining up your shoulders with the knee and ankle joint. So maybe it's just fingertips down. Maybe it's elbows. Take it slow, but if you do come all the way down onto your hands, use your breath to get there. Take one more breath here. Breathe into that hip. And then inhale, rise up. Bring the hands back behind you just so we can flip to the back of your mat. Find your center, 90-90 in the knee joints. Inhale, length, and exhale, fold. So I like to take these poses as opportunities to do some sort of visualization with the breath. So on the inhale, I see the breath, the prana coming into the body, going down into that hip, clearing out any tightness or stagnant energy. And then the exhale, I release it. So take that or leave it. Maybe you use this visualization of the breath clearing out that hip joint to help you get more relief and to get deeper into the stretch. A few more breaths here. One more breath. See if you can fully relax into this pose. On your next inhale, rise up. Come back through center. Cross the legs. We just have one more thing to do before we're finished. Just to kind of check and see how everything we've done so far is affected our hips and our goal of working the hips and increasing hip mobility. So this is called rock the baby. I don't know if people call it something else, but essentially you're in a half lotus pose and you'll take, let's start on the right side with the right leg. You'll take your right arm, the knee comes into the elbow, and the left arm, if you can, you could start here holding the foot or bring the foot up into that elbow crease as well, just like you're rocking a baby. Sit up nice and tall, rock side to side. We warmed up the hips pretty well, so if there is a time to do this, I wanted to save it till the end. Nice. Now from here, usually I like to come into lotus, so bringing the foot either into the knee crease or the hip crease. Inhale, reach the arms around and up, and then exhale, fold forward. This is stretching the same place we kind of just did, but we won't be here for long. 3 deep breaths. And then inhale, rise up. And let's switch sides. So left knee into left elbow. Grab either with the foot with the right hand or up into that elbow crease. Sit up nice and tall. Rock it out. And then we'll take half lotus on this side. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, rise up to seated. If you'd like to straighten out the legs, to give yourself a rest, you can, but we're all finished. So this was your yoga for hip mobility class. Thank you for joining me. I hope you feel as good as I do, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.